Lake Parramatta, what an amazing place. This is Hunts Creek, where our journey begins, and I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Darug people, and any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders that are connected to Parramatta. It's a special place for lots of wildlife and so many people. It's this dam wall, which was built in 1856 using sandstone quarried directly from Hunts Creek, that has created Lake Parramatta. It's the whole reason that we've got all the beautiful bushland around here. It protects it. And it's why the wildlife's here, and it's such a beacon for so many people. And it's the first dam actually built in Australia. And it's here in Parramatta. Pretty special. And down here below it, it just feels awesome.
So what I love about Lake Parramatta is that it's just such a biodiverse area. We've got the water habitat, the terrestrial habitat, and we just have so many different animals, so many different plants here, and it's just a cool place to be.
A lot of flora and fauna you don't find anywhere else within the LGA. It's the largest conserved fragment of bushlands in the LGA area, about 75 hectares. It's special, you know, you can come here, have a 4.1k walk if you want. It's a circuit around the Lake Parramatta Reserve, or you can just go to a little rocky outcrop, look at the water, look at the animals and relax.
At the beginning of the lake circuit track, you've got the good bush tucker garden. I really like this spot because this bush tucker garden, it's a bit of connection to the traditional custodians' land use. How the Aboriginal people use the plants for food, fibre and medicine. And I love it. Right here you've got sandpaper fig. That's a great edible. Down there you've got the spiny-headed mat rush. Now that was used to weave dilly bags. And over there is a native hibiscus, which is now used, believe it or not, to put great flavour in Australian sparkling wine. The great thing about where it starts is this whole reserve is full of native plants which are bush tucker. You have to know what they are, obviously. And there's lots of discoveries to be made for food, fibre or future medicine. Now my hat really goes off to the bush care community here at Lake Parramatta. And the reason for that is these groups have a great opportunity. They get off the beaten path, they get into the sticks and into the weeds, they're pulling out weeds, they're putting plants in the ground, and they're taking care of this great space. What bush care is about connecting to people that are like-minded. You're meeting people that you enjoy to have good conversations with. But what I love is they take care of one of these majestic trees and this beautiful landscape. And it doesn't just stop here. Some of them even get in the water. They're out there on kayaks, they're removing aquatic weeds, and they're having a great splash of a time. I mean, really, it's a good thing. I really encourage you to get out here and take care of it.
Our volunteers make such a massive difference removing weeds from our reserves and also removing rubbish from our reserves. They remove tons and tons every year. So in terms of wildlife, we're always trying to build habitat for our animals. So that's definitely our main aim in bush care. At Lake Parramatta, we've got a wide variety of bird life, lots of water birds. We also have sugar gliders, echidnas, wallabies. So we've got a wide variety of animals. So our volunteers are lucky enough to be able to spend quality time with the animals down here. Definitely one of the perks of bush care volunteering.
So volunteers do make an incredible difference. We have about 10,000 plants planted in the reserves by our volunteers each year. Another 10,000 plants planted at just National Tree Day alone, so that's 20,000 plants from Parramatta volunteers every single year.
The bush care group makes a huge difference here and across the rest of Parramatta. We have about 39, 40 groups all up. So it's great. We have over 300 volunteers and they make a huge difference to Parramatta bushland.
Once people having that conscious that we should care for the bush, the world starts changing.
The think globally, act locally idea is brilliant, and everybody can make a difference. So I do implore people to get involved, come out on these days. Like, it's a great time. You can get to kayak, you get to paddle. There's people here that will teach you the techniques, have a good time and make a positive difference to your community.
I think it's a haven for people as well as wildlife. It's just a great place to come along and hang out and splash about. And then doing the bush care part of it, you just know that you've not just come down and splashed about, but you've actually increased the value of the place in terms of helping the environment.
In this place, there's a real diversity. There's a diversity of people, there's a diversity of animals, diversity of plants, and a diversity of ecosystems.
Parramatta has a lot of endangered ecological communities. Best one represented here is the Sydney Turpentine Ironbark Forest. That also has a small representation of blue gums, the Eucalyptus salignis. And then throughout the rest of the reserve, we have really beautiful Eucalyptus pileolaris, Angophora costata, and also Eucalyptus peperita. The crushed leaves is really aromatic and fragrant, and it was actually utilised by the first colony as an antiseptic. Eucalyptus oil first came from the Eucalyptus peperita, some of which are beautiful and large in this reserve. What's special about the old growth eucalyptus trees, the gum trees, is that they provide habitat for sugar gliders, microbats, possums, and of course a lot of bird species. So if we don't have those old growth eucalyptus trees, we don't have those species, those animals. So it's very important that we protect these trees. They're important for the ecosystem here.
I just had to go get my camera. I've come down to this lizard lounge and I've met so many interesting characters. Up there in the crack, there's a little eastern water skink. She's been sitting there, chilling out, looking over the lake. And down here beside the water's edge, it's been beautiful. I've met a whole family of water dragons. There's been this big male, bright red chest. He's been on the rocks, overseeing his harem of friends, or his girlfriends. And there are little baby water dragons all through here, and they're all full of personality. And just sitting here gives me the opportunity to interact with them. Well, they interact with me, they know I'm here. And I get to see their natural behaviours, head bobs and push-ups and doing all interesting things. And those sort of opportunities are all through this reserve. And the other day, I couldn't believe it. I'm walking along and this echidna was toddles on, right in front, on the path. Got very, very excited. I got my camera out and I'm lying down the grass and I sort of anticipated where the echidna was going to walk to. And it walked right up to me. I've had this beautiful experience, this interaction with this echidna. I just got to watch it and see what's happening. And what was astonishing is people just walked on right beside the echidna and I in the grass and they didn't even know we were there. Ah, there's another water dragon down there.
People can help respect Lake Parramatta by not littering, and it's important that we come here and we leave here with what we bring. We can also respect Lake Parramatta Reserve by following some very simple rules, keeping dogs on leads. Staying on the track is also important so we don't have impacts widening tracks and damaging native plants.
So we just want people to understand that this is a home for our native wildlife. We have our homes, you know, in the city, and this is the home for our native wildlife, and we need to protect it for them and make it a safe spot. We don't want people going through the home of these native animals and disturbing it and making it uncomfortable for them, because then they have nowhere else to go.
This place is a shared space, and for me, Lake Parramatta, it's what it symbolises. I've loved coming here. It's hemmed in by people's homes, a road, and yet it's a corridor for wildlife. There's so many different species using here. Because it's got habitat, it's got plant diversity, and it's got a lake. And I love how people use this area. They use it for picnics and barbecues, family meetups, the cafe. There's lots of amenities. It puts people back into the natural world. It gives me hope for the future. They've done something right here.